go on to a softer question, and this ends up being one of my favorites. So we got through the tough stuff, but this is the travel back in time question. Now, this isn't to change anything you went through, because what you did made you who you are today. However, if you could give your younger self a piece of advice, any time frame, any age range, what would you say to your younger self?
Well, I touched on that a little bit earlier, where I said, kind of slow down and don't be so full of yourself, and don't be in such a hurry. My first company, Moore & Company, I didn't get along with my manager. And so I just bolted and went to another company, and that worked out great. I had great friends there, and one of my best mentors of all time, who's recently passed away, owned that company. But looking back, if I would have just maybe went to the head of the company, I could have switched offices and stayed right there. And who knows where my career would have gone. And the other thing is, I don't really like to look back too much because you can't do much about it.
Right.
But I do think that for me, you're not going to find me. I'm not a guy that goes to church a lot, but I do pray. And prayer has answered a lot of questions for me. And going back to we all have bad things happen. The key is to get to tomorrow, because it's amazing how many times tomorrow changes everything.
Wow.
Just a fresh night of sleep. And then the other thing I learned, which is really, really true, which is, 80% of the things we worry about never come true. They just don't. And so there's no reason to really worry about them. And then the other part of that, scary part of it, stuck in there, so that you don't even know. It's going to be it's going to be worse than that. So just stay focused on what you can control. And don't get ahead of yourself. Try to slow down and really spend more. If I was to do anything, I probably would have spent more time with my kids. I feel like I spent a lot of time with them, but I would have spent more time and canceled a few more appointments.
Wow.
And that's even harder today, where that phone is with you every second of every day.